Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. So today I have a list of some absolutely incredible fragrances that are absolute showstoppers, and they're gonna have you smelling unbelievable, like the best smelling person in any room during party season. Now, I took a long time curating this list because it was very hard to narrow it down. I've got 13 fragrances to show you. Usually I don't like to show you that many, but this was just too good a category. I feel like winter, party season are just where my fragrance collection shines. They are my favorite types of fragrances, show-stopping, deep, warm, rich fragrances. Yes, give it to me now. Anyway, I've got an incredible lineup for you, so I am just gonna get straight into it. The first fragrance that I'm very excited to share with you is actually the new fragrance from Widian. This is incredible. You guys know how much I love Widian as a brand. This is a gorgeous, fruity, powdery, sort of spicy oud fragrance. It is absolutely incredible. There's some strawberry and bergamot in the top. It's got a cardamom note, which is really warming. It's got a definite sort of woodiness. There's sandalwood as well as oud in here. Like I say, it's got this powdery quality, and this just smells like sophistication and class. If you want to smell absolutely put together, honestly, check out Widian as a brand, but this fragrance is absolutely incredible, especially in cold weather on an evening. It is so stylish. I absolutely love it. This next fragrance will absolutely fill up a room, and it is Nishane Nefs. This is just the epitome of party season to me. If you want a fragrance that is going to do the talking for you, that's going to enter a room probably before you do, but not in an obnoxious way, in a very classy and refined way, this is it. This is a gorgeous honey with florals and oud. It's got a slight leathery feel to it. It's smoky. Like I said, it's very intense. It leaves the most incredible scent trail. It has a sweetness to it. It is just, oh, every single fragrance in this list is a showstopper, but the only way I can describe this is as a showstopper. It's just incredible. If you haven't smelled this, it is truly just one of the best creations ever, in my opinion. You know I love Nishane as a brand as well, but this fragrance is truly something special. Also, just quickly from Nishane, I've really been loving Annie X at the moment. You guys know how much I love the original Annie. It's the most beautiful, spicy vanilla fragrance. This is a vanilla fragrance, but it's got a sort of lemony, citrusy feel to it. I just want to mention that quickly because definitely want to try out. This smells honestly like Annie and Hachivat from Nishane had a baby. It's gorgeous, and I don't know, there's something about the citrusy feel that gives me like a festive sort of vibe. I don't know if that's just because of the time of year we're in, but anyway, yes, this is definitely one to check out if you like citrus fragrances but you want something warm that's going to work in wintertime. Check this out. Next, I have the newest launch from Parfum de Marly. This is Altair, and this is a modern ode to bourbon vanilla. You guys know how much I absolutely love a vanilla fragrance. It's one of my favorite notes, and this is incredible. I love this especially because it has that rich, decadent vanilla, but it also has a luminosity throughout the fragrance, and it's coming from a mixture of orange blossom and elemi. There's also some bergamot in here as well. It all just sort of lifts the fragrance, and it is so beautiful. It also has this sort of warm spiciness to it. It's got cinnamon and cardamom. It has a praline note in, which you definitely get like underneath everything. It has this sort of chocolatey feel. It's not extremely prominent, but it is just there underneath, and I really love that. It's woody in the dry down. This to me smells very luxurious. It just smells like the epitome of luxury. It also does have a sweetness to it. The vanilla has that sort of sweetness, which is addictive. It's never too sweet though. It's not as loud as some Parfum de Marly fragrances, so I think it's actually a really nice addition to the collection. It sort of creates a lovely scent bubble around you, but it's never going to scream, which is really nice. I am pulling Oud for Greatness from Initio out of the archives because if there is a time of year for this fragrance, It is party season. It is absolutely incredible. It's such a gorgeous, deep, woody, grounded, powerful fragrance. It has a sweetness to it though. It's got a saffron note. It's got a slight spiciness to it as well. This fragrance is an entire vibe. Again, this is a fragrance that is going to fill up an entire room. You really don't need to wear much of it. This just gives an elite vibe, to be honest. It's giving secret society. Like, the bottle art is on point. I love this fragrance. It's a very special fragrance, and it is one that I only really tend to wear on special occasions. It just feels very special and I absolutely love it. Next I have Argentina by Memo Paris. This is a gorgeous, fresh, dewy rose fragrance with a soft oud feel. This is such a gorgeous take on an oud and rose fragrance. Like I said, the rose has this sort of fresh dewiness in the opening, but then as the fragrance wears, it becomes a little bit more jammy, and it also has an amber note in, which is gorgeous. It gives the fragrance this very sort of refined musky feel. I love this fragrance so much. You guys know I love a good oud and rose fragrance, and if you want to wear an oud and rose mixture but you don't want something that's really intensely oudy, try this because it's more of just a woody vibe with the rose. It's stunning. Lilian de Chanel. This fragrance is so spectacular. It's truly a masterpiece. I mentioned this in my winter fragrance recommendations, and in that video I said that this smells like you're in the middle of Paris on your way to a party and you've got a red lip on, you're wearing a floor-length fur coat, stilettos, you're ready to take on the world. That is the vision that I get in my mind when I wear this, when I smell this. I absolutely love it. It opens up with a brightness from lemon and bergamot, but it's got this sort of darkness to it which you get from the beginning, and that is coming from labdanum. This fragrance really focuses in on labdanum. It's deep, it's rich, it's slightly smoky, it's slightly resinous, it's carnal, it's got like that sort of dirtiness to it. It's got a definite Chanel DNA. In the dry down you get this sort of smoky vanilla, which I actually forgot to mention the last time I spoke about this. I was really annoyed at myself when I was editing, but anyway, you do get this sort of smoky vanilla in the dry down. It is an absolute showstopper of a fragrance. If you want to turn heads, this is it. This is so complex though. It is so refined. Like I said the last time I mentioned this, this is not for a fragrance newbie. This is definitely for somebody who appreciates the artistry behind fragrance. It could be challenging for some, but I absolutely love this with all of my heart. It is spectacular. Next up is an absolute icon and a staple for me personally, especially at this time of year. I would never be without this fragrance, and it is Ambre Nuit from Christian Dior. This just smells like you are dressed to the nines at a black tie event. It's so elegant and sophisticated. It's the most stunning amber fragrance. It's got a sort of rose floral feel to it. It's got a slight spiciness to it. It's got some ambergris in here. It's just incredible, and what I love about this fragrance is it has an overall sort of deep dark feel to it, but it is never heavy. It does not sit heavy, and it doesn't scream off your skin. Again, it just creates a lovely scent bubble around you, which is really, really nice sometimes when you're wearing a heavier sort of scent profile, for it not to absolutely fill a room. I think is quite nice. It feels more elegant, and that's what I absolutely love about this fragrance. I also love using this as a base for layering. I love layering florals over this. It's incredible, such a gem. If you enjoy Ambre Nuit, actually, I would recommend checking out 303 by Bon Parfumer. It doesn't smell the same, it just kind of sits in the same category. This is a warm, spicy amber fragrance with rose. This has this sort of almost soapy freshness to it. The spiciness is a fresh spiciness, which is gorgeous. This is unisex. I would say it leans slightly masculine. So if you're like me and every so often you love wearing a sort of masculine fragrance, definitely try this out. I really love it. It's new to my collection, but I've really been enjoying this one. Guys, Tony Iommi by Xerjoff. Do you understand now why this was so hard for me to curate this list? Like, I could have included about 10 Xerjoffs, but I've gone for Tony Iommi because ultimately this does give me a party vibe. It's got a gorgeous sweet rum note, it's got passion fruit, it's got caramel. Like I said, it's got this sweetness, but it's got this deep, rich sort of feel to it as well. It's got patchouli in here. It is very sort of dark and mysterious. It has a smokiness to it, but it's very refined at the same time. I love this fragrance so much. If there is a fragrance to wear when you want to smell like a badass, like if you just want to wear leather from head to toe, you want to be noticed and you want to feel really cool, this is the fragrance. Écran de Fumée by Serge Lutens. This is another boozy fragrance, but this one takes a completely different direction. This, to me, it's completely unisex, but I really get a femme fatale vibe when I wear this myself, and I love that. It just sort of unleashes my dark feminine energy, and I am so here for it. It is a gorgeous, dark, rich, deep, sweet, boozy tobacco fragrance. It really exudes luxury. It exudes this sort of hedonistic vibe. It has a boozy rum note which stays prominent throughout the fragrance. I love this so much. It smells like booze, tobacco, chocolate, like all of the good things. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it is absolutely incredible. Amouage material. Again, I could have included so many different Amouage fragrances because they have so many showstopper fragrances, but one that I really love for wintertime is Material. This is such a gorgeous warm ambery vanilla fragrance. We love an ambery vanilla over here, but this one has this sort of, it's got a spiciness to it. It's very woody, it's very creamy, it's rich, it's indulgent. It is so refined, as all Amouage fragrances are. It has a slight smokiness to it. It has sort of like a resinous feel. It's very complex again, but I absolutely love this. And if you're looking for a fragrance for an evening out in winter and you want to smell refined, you want to smell put together, but you also want to smell absolutely delicious but not gourmand, then try this because it is absolutely incredible. And another one that I'm pulling out of the archive, it is Maison Francis Kurkdjian Oud Satin Mood. We all know this fragrance, we all love this fragrance. This is a gorgeous, deep, woody fragrance with vanilla, with rose. It's got a violet note in here, which I find really interesting. It is sweet, it is powerful, but it's still very refined, very put together. I love this. This fragrance gets me so many compliments. Whenever I wear this, I just receive compliments left, right and centre. People love this fragrance. I don't wear a lot of this when I wear it. There was one time I wore this during party season to a party. I wore a lot of it and it was projecting all night. The compliments were flowing and I was loving my life. It was great, but I went to bed that evening, went to sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night, and when I tell you, all I could smell was Oud Satin Mood, and not in a good way. It was just like suffocating me. It was just everywhere. It felt like my entire room smelled like this. So now when I wear this, I do only wear like a few sprays of it and it's perfect. But yeah, this is a powerhouse of a fragrance. It is long lasting. It is going to fill up a room, but people are going to love it. It's incredible. And those are my recommendations for party season. Guys, if you have any recommendations for me, let me know. Come and chat with me. Like, have you tried any of these fragrances? What do you think about them? I'd love to know. Give the video a cheeky little thumbs up as always if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.